Welcome back to the channel Old Glory Coins. If you're into rare coins, numismatics, or just love hearing about unexpected treasures hiding in your pocket change, then you're in for a treat. Because today, we're talking about a simple, everyday coin that could be worth a life-changing amount of money. That's right, a 2015 1-cent coin from the United States that has been valued at an astonishing $335,000. Can you imagine finding one of these in your change? Stick around as we dive deep into the history, minting details, and what makes this coin so incredibly valuable. Before we get into the nitty-gritty details of what makes this coin worth big money, let's take a moment to appreciate the history behind it. The 2015 Lincoln cent is a relatively modern coin, minted in Denver, Colorado, and features the iconic design of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a design first introduced by Victor David Brenner way back in 1909. Since 1959, the reverse of the penny displayed the famous Lincoln Memorial, but in 2010, a new design was introduced, the Union Shield. This shield, symbolizing unity and strength, has appeared on pennies ever since. So, at first glance, the 2015 penny may seem like an ordinary coin. But, as we'll soon discover, it is far from it. Now, let's talk about why this coin is worth a staggering $335,000. The truth is, not all coins are created equal. During the minting process, thousands of coins can develop errors, and when these errors are rare enough, collectors are willing to pay big bucks for them. The 2015 penny that sold for a massive sum has a very specific and extremely rare mint error. This error occurred due to a double die obverse, DDO. For those of you unfamiliar with the term, a double die obverse happens when the coin's design is accidentally imprinted twice during the striking process, causing a noticeable doubling of some features. In this particular case, the doubling is very distinct on Lincoln's face, the date, 2015, and the inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." These double details make the coin incredibly unique. Okay, so we have a 2015 penny with a rare double die obverse error, but why exactly is it valued at $335,000? Well, let me break it down for you. Rarity. The number one factor behind any valuable coin is its rarity. Only a handful of these 2015 pennies with this error have been found, making them incredibly desirable to collectors. Condition, grading. The penny in question was graded as an MS 69 red, mint state 69 red, by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. That's just one step below a perfect MS 70 grade. Coins in high-grade conditions like this are exceptionally rare, especially for modern pennies that circulate heavily. Collector demand. Coin collectors love Lincoln cents, and when a rare error like this comes along, they're willing to pay top dollar to own it. In a competitive auction, bidding wars can drive prices sky high, and that's exactly what happened here. Historical significance. Even though the 2015 penny is a relatively new coin, errors of this magnitude are extremely rare in modern minting. That means it holds an important place in numismatic history. Now, the big question is, could you have one of these rare pennies in your collection or even in your pocket right now? Let's go over how you can check for one. Look at the date and lettering. Use a magnifying glass to closely examine the year, 2015, and the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If you notice any doubling or a shadow effect, you might have a special coin. Check for the D mint mark. Remember, this valuable penny comes from the Denver Mint, so it must have a small D mint mark under the year. Examine Lincoln's face. If Lincoln's features, especially his eye or nose, appear slightly doubled, it could be a sign of a double die obverse error. Get it authenticated. If you suspect you have a 2015 penny with these characteristics, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity and grade. And before we wrap up, let's quickly mention some other Lincoln pennies that could also be worth big money. 1943 copper penny, worth over $1 million due to a rare minting mistake. 1955 double die penny, a classic error coin valued at over $100,000. 1969 double die penny, another major error coin, worth up to $75,000. So, as you can see, pennies might be small in size, but their value can be absolutely huge. That's it for today's video. What do you think? Are you going to start checking your spare change a little more closely now? Imagine finding a $335,000 penny just sitting in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more rare coin discoveries, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. If I told you that a simple, ordinary-looking penny from 1992 could be worth a life-changing $265,000? That's right. A coin that millions of people handle daily, tossed into piggy banks, or even dropped on the ground is now a numismatic treasure. But what makes this 1-cent piece so special? What secrets does it hold? Stay tuned, because in today's video, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, and uncovering why the 1992 close AM penny is one of the most valuable U.S. coins ever discovered. Before we dive into the specifics of why this particular 1992 penny is worth an astonishing $265,000, let's take a quick look at the history of the U.S. 1-cent coin. The penny, as we know it today, has gone through several transformations since it was first introduced in 1793. Initially, pennies were made of pure copper, but as the years passed and material costs fluctuated, the composition changed. By 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned to a copper-plated zinc composition, making modern pennies lighter and less expensive to produce. Fast forward to 1992, when the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies across its Philadelphia and Denver facilities. These coins were meant to look identical to those from the previous years, but as fate would have it, a very rare and valuable error occurred. And it all had to do with two little letters, A and M. To understand why this penny is so rare and valuable, we need to focus on the reverse side of the coin, specifically the spacing of the letters in America. In most 1992 pennies, there is a noticeable gap between the letters A and M in America. However, in a very small number of coins, the letters are much closer together, almost touching. This is what collectors call the close AM variety. So how did this happen? Well, it turns out that the U.S. Mint mistakenly used a reverse die intended for the 1993 penny on a small number of 1,992 coins. The 1993 pennies were designed with a close AM, but a few of these dies were accidentally used in 1992. And just like that, one of the most valuable penny varieties in history was born. Now, you might be wondering, why does such a tiny detail make this penny worth so much money? The answer lies in numismatic rarity. Coin collectors are always on the hunt for coins with unique errors, rare varieties, and limited mintages. The 1992 close AM penny is one of the rarest Lincoln cents ever, with only a few confirmed to exist. This extreme scarcity drives its value through the roof. Now, let's talk numbers, and trust me, this is where things get really exciting. A typical 1992 penny is worth just 1 cent, and even uncirculated versions might fetch $1 or $2. But if you're lucky enough to find a 1992 close AM penny in top condition, hold on to your seat, because one of these coins sold at auction for an incredible $265,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, the kind you might overlook or give as change at the grocery store, could be worth more than a luxury sports car or even a house. This mind-blowing price tag is all thanks to a combination of rarity, demand, and condition. The most valuable 1992 close AM pennies are those in pristine, uncirculated condition with little to no wear. If you happen to find one in your pocket change, you might just be holding a fortune. So how can you find one of these hidden treasures? Here's what you need to do. First, start checking your pennies from 1992, both from the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, marked with a small d. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to closely inspect the AM in America. If the letters are touching or nearly touching, you might have struck gold, or in this case, copper. Look for 1992 pennies from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Use a magnifying glass to examine the spacing between A and M. In America, if the letters are very close together, you might have a close AM variety. Get your coin authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. If your penny is in great condition, consider selling it at auction for top dollar. Finding a rare coin like this is the dream of every collector. It's proof that hidden treasures are out there, just waiting to be discovered. So the next time you're about to spend a penny, take a second look, because you never know if you might be holding a $265,000 jackpot in your hand. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing content, and leave a comment below. Have you ever found a rare coin in your change? Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting. What if I told you that a simple, ordinary-looking 1977 US penny could make you rich beyond your wildest dreams? Yes, you heard that right. A single 1977 1-cent coin has been sold for an astonishing $268,000. That's right, over $250,000 for a coin you might have walked past on the sidewalk. But how is that possible? And could you be holding one of these rare pennies right now? Stay with me as we dive deep into the incredible history, the secret minting errors, and the unbelievable value behind the 1977 Lincoln penny. To understand why this penny is so valuable, we need to step back in time to 1977. The United States was going through major economic changes, inflation was high, and people were still adjusting to the copper crisis of the early 1970s. Lincoln pennies, first introduced in 1909, had become an essential part of daily transactions. But little did people know that some of these 1977 pennies would become legendary. The 1977 Lincoln penny was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of these pennies were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc. But hidden among the billions of coins minted that year were a few ultra-rare error coins that would one day be worth life-changing amounts of money. So, what makes this particular 1977 penny worth an eye-watering $268,000? The answer lies in minting errors, mistakes made at the U.S. Mint that resulted in highly collectible and ultra-rare variations of this coin. Some of these errors include double die obverse, off-center strikes, and even wrong planchet errors. Let's break down the rarest types of 1977 pennies that have fetched big money at auctions. One of the most famous errors in numismatics is the double die obverse. This happens when the coin is struck with a misaligned die, causing the inscriptions and details, especially the words, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," to appear doubled. A pristine, uncirculated 1977 penny with a strong double die obverse recently fetched $268,000 at auction. That's nearly 27 million times its face value. Another type of valuable error is an off-center strike, where the design is not perfectly centered, making part of the coin blank. If the coin is dramatically off-center, say, 50% or more, it can sell for thousands of dollars. Here's a mind-blowing error, the wrong planchet penny. Some 1977 pennies were mistakenly struck on dime planchets, causing them to look silver instead of copper. If you ever find a 1977 penny that's lighter in weight and has a silver appearance, you could be holding a small fortune. One such error coin sold for over $100,000. Now that you know what makes these coins valuable, you're probably wondering, could I have one of these in my pocket right now? The answer is yes, but you have to check carefully. Here's how you can hunt for a rare 1977 penny worth a fortune. Check your spare change. Pennies can show up anywhere: your piggy bank, couch cushions, or even your grandparents' coin jar. Use a magnifying glass, look for doubling in the lettering, date, and Lincoln's eye. Weigh the coin. A normal 1977 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If yours is significantly lighter or heavier, it might be an error. Look for off-center designs. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin. Get your coin graded. if you think you have a rare penny, send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Many people have found rare 1977 pennies and turned them into a small fortune. Just last year, a collector in California discovered a rare double-die penny in an old collection and sold it at auction for an unbelievable $268,000. Can you imagine what that must have felt like? These coins are out there, waiting to be discovered. You just have to know what to look for. So, do you have a $268,000 penny hiding in your pocket right now? There's only one way to find out. Start checking your change today. You might just become the next lucky person to cash in on this numismatic goldmine. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You never know, your next penny could be worth a fortune. Ladies and gentlemen, coin collectors, and treasure hunters, have you ever wondered if that ordinary-looking penny sitting in your drawer could actually be worth a life-changing fortune? Well, today, we're diving deep into one of the most shocking discoveries in the world of numismatics. The 1976 1-cent coin from the United States of America, yes, a simple Lincoln penny, that has been valued at an unbelievable $257,000. Buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is so special and how you could strike gold with your pocket change. Let's go back to the bicentennial year of 1976, an important year in American history. The nation was celebrating its 200th anniversary, and while quarters, half dollars, and dollars were given special bicentennial designs, the humble 1-cent coin remained unchanged. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, the Lincoln penny had been in circulation since 1909, featuring the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, while millions of pennies were produced that year, only a handful possess an ultra-rare and extremely valuable error that makes them worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars today. So, what makes this particular 1976 penny worth an astonishing $257,000? It all comes down to one simple but crucial factor: an error. Specifically, a rare off-metal strike. Most pennies in 1976 were struck on copper planchets, composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, due to a minting mistake, some pennies were struck on the wrong type of planchet, an aluminum planchet meant for foreign coinage or test strikes. These off-metal strikes are so rare that only a few have ever been confirmed to exist. These rare aluminum-struck 1976 pennies never should have left the mint, but somehow, they did. And that is what makes them worth so much money. Imagine holding a piece of history, a coin so unique that collectors are willing to pay over $250,000 just to add it to their collection. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these rare, valuable 1976 pennies in your possession? Here's what you need to look for: weight check. Regular 1976 pennies weigh approximately 3.11 grams. The aluminum error pennies are much lighter, weighing around 1 gram. A simple digital scale can help you determine if you have an unusual penny. Color difference. The aluminum pennies have a distinctly silvery white appearance, very different from the usual copper color. Magnetic test. Regular copper pennies are not attracted to a magnet, but aluminum pennies are also non-magnetic. However, if your penny sticks to a magnet, it is not an aluminum error. Edge inspection. Rare error pennies may have a slightly different rim or surface texture compared to normal pennies. Mint mark location. While this error has been found in both the Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark, strikes, experts believe more examples could still be out there. So, if you happen to own one of these ultra-rare 1976 pennies, how much can you expect to sell it for? Well, the highest recorded auction price for a verified 1976 aluminum error penny is an eye-watering $257,000. Collectors and investors are always on the lookout for these rare specimens, and with the rising demand for numismatic treasures, that value could climb even higher in the future. If you think you have a rare 1976 penny, your next step is to get it professionally authenticated. The best places to get your coin certified are PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These grading companies will examine your penny, verify its authenticity, and assign it a grade that will determine its value. Once graded, you can sell it at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or eBay for maximum profit. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1976 Lincoln penny that could turn a lucky collector into an overnight millionaire. Could you be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it? Check your coins, do your research, and who knows, you might just be holding a $257,000 treasure. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more jaw-dropping numismatic discoveries. Share this video with your friends and family, because someone you know might just have a fortune hiding in their pocket change. Until next time, happy collecting. What if I told you that a single penny, just 1 cent from 1971, could be worth a life-changing $265,000? That's right. A small coin that you might overlook in your pocket change could secretly hold an incredible fortune. Stick around, because in today's video, we're diving deep into the world of rare pennies, uncovering the history, the minting process, and most importantly, the secret that makes this 1971 D penny so valuable. To understand why this penny is so special, we need to go back to 1971, a year of change and innovation in the U.S. Mint. The Denver Mint, one of the primary coin production facilities in America, struck more than 2.9 billion pennies that year. Most of these were standard Lincoln Memorial pennies, designed by Victor David Brenner, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but hidden among the billions of ordinary pennies, a few rare error coins slipped through, a mistake so significant that one of these coins is now worth a staggering $265,000. So what makes this 1971 D penny different from all the rest? The answer lies in a rare and valuable minting error. Some 1971 D pennies were mistakenly struck on the wrong planchet, using a different metal composition. Instead of the standard 95% copper and 5% zinc/tin alloy, these error pennies were struck on a brass or aluminum planchet, making them lighter and giving them a distinct color and sound when dropped on a hard surface. These error coins are incredibly rare because they were never meant to exist. The U.S. Mint had strict quality control, but sometimes, planchets from different denominations or experimental metals were accidentally fed into the presses, creating these ultra-rare mistakes. Now, here's the most important part: how to check if your 1971 D penny is one of these rare treasures worth $265,000. Weight check: a normal 1971 D penny weighs 3.11 grams, but the rare error version can weigh as little as 2.5 grams due to its unique metal composition. Magnet test: some of these rare error pennies are made of aluminum or a foreign alloy. If your penny reacts to a magnet, it could be a rare experimental coin. Color and surface texture: the valuable error penny often has a more golden, silvery, or even dull grayish tone compared to standard copper pennies. Professional grading: if you suspect you have a rare coin, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated and certified. Only professionally graded coins reach the highest values at auction. Collectors and investors are constantly hunting for these rare pennies, and when one does appear at auction, the bidding war can be insane. The last recorded sale of this ultra-rare 1971 D penny fetched an astonishing $265,000, proving that small change can truly make a big difference in your life. But here's the kicker: there could be more out there, waiting to be discovered. Could you be the next lucky person to find one? And if you love valuable coins, don't stop at just the 1971 D penny. There are other Lincoln cents that could also be worth thousands, such as these rare finds are still hiding in circulation, so always check your pocket change. So, next time you come across a 1971 D penny, don't just toss it aside, examine it carefully. It could be the next big jackpot coin waiting to be discovered. And remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. With patience, knowledge, and a little luck, you could turn an ordinary penny into a life-changing fortune. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more valuable coin discoveries. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your collection. Happy hunting, and may your next penny be worth a fortune.